Get this recorded. We're gonna go ahead and share live. So we go into the group here. Sorry about any mix up with the webinar links. We did resend them out this morning. Dudes once in a while have human error. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this streamed in the group and we'll get ready to rock. If you guys don't mind, I just wanna make sure you can hear me. If you don't mind typing in the chat that you can hear me okay while we get this going. Cool. What's up, Val? So what I want to do, as you guys know, these are for you. These are 100% here to answer questions, give you guys support as we go. The content or the one thing that people wanted to speak more about was on trailer videos. So I think we're going to start off talking about those a little bit. What I want to get into is multi-purposing content. I want to get into the virtual presentations. I want to show you some of the stuff that we've created in the past 30 or 45 days when we were in quarantine, and the stuff we created to come out with it. Overall, I think it made us a better company, to be honest with you guys. So what I want to do is let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. And once we go live, I'll let you guys know. And we're live in the group now, so feel free to go ahead and ask questions. But while you guys are here, just so I could poll you guys, what do you want to learn about today? What do you want to talk about? We got Rich, Val, Neil, Joe, Chris, Bob. What are you guys being stuck with in respect to? Raise your hand and I'll unmute you. But what are you stuck with in respect to these trailer videos, or anything for that matter? So let me go ahead and get into the group. Go ahead and screen share, and we'll get rolling. So we're going to start off with is a trailer video. I want to get to. I'm actually doing my trailer video this week. I am like, I'm starting my series this week. I finally had the opportunity to focus and do it. We've had so many things that we've been working on behind the scenes. Starting this Wednesday, my series is called Brand You, and Brand You will be a weekly series, no differently than what you guys are doing. And it's really when I'm going to actually launch my channel. I've been keeping a lot of my content on my channel, but I haven't had the time to really concentrate and organize it in the way that I really want to. One of the things that YouTube is looking at, and again, this is from my mentors and whatnot, but one of the things YouTube looks at is consistency in publishing. Very similar to like Facebook's algorithm, same concept. Like if you're not social on social media, is social media going to work for you? And the answer is no. You have to engage yourself to get engagement back. So it's the same reason like why if I go on LinkedIn, I'll go ahead and drop a post on LinkedIn and no one comments on my shit. Well, I have like 10,000 followers on LinkedIn. Why I don't get one comment? Well, it's because I don't ever use LinkedIn. I don't engage on LinkedIn. So you have to use it in a way for it to work. So in order to start, what your channels are doing are really the exact same things. So your channel is really, here's how I want you guys to look at your YouTube channels is this is like a media version of your book that you're writing. What you're seeing is that, like 10 years ago, blogging was really big. Now that's all like blogging and content has turned into video blogging in a lot of ways, shapes and forms. But regardless as to how you want to look at your channel, is for that reason. Like you guys don't want to look at your channel as anything more than your video version of your book that you didn't write yet. Does that make sense? And as in any book, I went to my office yesterday, picked up this book I'm going to knock out hopefully in the next couple of weeks. I bought it at the airport for coronavirus, but I left it in the office. And if we look at a book, this is a book, right? There's a cover, okay? Here's your cover. It's your header image. Notice that you should ask for the subscribe button in your header image. If you guys need new header images, reach out. We have all your guys' done. But this is a cover, so that's like the header image. The very first page you're going to see right here is going to be a foreword or a introduction to what the book is about. Virtually every single book has one. It's called a foreword. It's right here, okay? The foreword is really like the intro to the book. Well, that's really what your trailer video is. Your trailer video is really like, here's what my channel is all about. If you like it, subscribe. It's almost like I don't know, call it a summary of your channel. It's not necessarily a summary of your brand, and that's the difference between a trailer video and an about video. Your about video is a summary of your personality, your brand. Your trailer video is a summary of your channel. Does that make sense, first and foremost? I got a question. Which is ideal structure lathe graphics E2C for trailer? Few minutes. I've seen them all ways, shapes, or sizes. I think the trailer for like a real estate agent, I think you got to get right to the point. Every trailer is going to be a different video. I'm going to do my trailer video very similar to how we do your guys's. I want to show you guys some. Hey, Chloe, bring me your essay worksheet, please. I want to show you guys something when it comes to scripting. So my daughter, I saw my daughter with her homework last week, a couple weeks ago, and here she is. She's bringing me this script, and she brings me a worksheet. It's an essay worksheet, okay? And everyone's like, how do you guys script these different videos and whatnot? Dude, the essay worksheet is our scripts. It's the infrastructure and the format for our scripts, you guys. And it's no differently for a trailer video. Regardless of the video, the infrastructure of the message is really the same. So to answer your question, Neil, is as long as it's engaging, it's there. But for a trailer, think of a trailer for a movie. Is it the whole movie, or is it a 2-minute version or 60-second clip? Right? They have an extended version, and then they have a short version appropriate for television commercials. So it's really no different. Keep it the same way. It should just be a preview of the channel. So it should be high energy. It's all personality based. And when people land on your channel, that's the first video that they see. If you have a returning, someone who returns to your channel, then they'll see another video. But it's the video they see the first time they land there. Does that make sense? Back to this, I want to share with you something. So audience hook, this is the headline. That's called an attention getter in video. Section number 2 is after the audience hook, they want you to talk about what's the overall controlling idea. Well, that's called an intro. And then in the body of the video, there's 3 points we're going to make, right? That's called the body. And the concluding expression is our outro. So if you guys, I say this all the time, the same way we were taught to write stories or write letters as kids is the exact same way that we tell stories on video, which is all we're doing, regardless of the type of video that you're creating, unless it's virtual, unless it's a reality show, there's a storyline to it. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. So it's no differently. Your trailer video has the exact same thing, but it's more of a summary of what your storyline is. Does that make sense? Yay, nay, maybe say. So what Bob, anyone who's in the recruiting world on this call, I think it's really just Bob on this call. Bob, really, honestly, this is what you teach agents. It's goldmine. It's one of your videos. Same way we're using it. So that's really honestly what the trailer purpose is. Now your about video is going to be totally different. Your about video is 100% personality based. We want the about video personality based. The reason for that is really simple. People either like you or they don't, and the about video is not what you do for a living, but it's how you do it. So the about video is more appropriate for, and some of you guys have the about video as your trailer video. That's fine, but don't overthink it in that point. Does that answer your guys' questions in terms of trailer videos? Melissa, Rich, welcome. What's up, Sherry Mills? All right. So I want to get into content and repurposing of content, because this is the point I really want you guys to make and see. So let's check this out. I'm getting calls all over the place right now, and a lot of people, it's really further defined our brand and what we do. And at the end of the day, we create video content, we multi-purpose everything. So a lot of people are asking me questions about their website. We're going to be doing a webinar on this in Real Closers and more advanced next week, but I'd rather give you guys advanced shit right here and show you what we're really doing with all of these different sites and what we're doing with all the different multi-purposing. Don't look at your YouTube channel any differently than it's another drop-off point. Here's the truth is, like, honestly, I don't care how many views you get on your videos. I don't care how much engagement. Like at the beginning, it's not going to be a lot. You're going to have to build the overall plan. But I'm getting a lot of people to be like, dude, where's all my subscribers? I want subscribers. Like, I remember when Facebook came out and Facebook likes was a big thing. And these are what we call ego metrics. If you watched anything in the brand summit with Dean Aguilar and Sharon, they'll tell you that the ego metrics don't matter. What matters the most is the engagement. It's not about how many views you're getting, because if you're putting those views in front of the same 100 people for the next 12 months, that's going to do a lot more than putting in front of 100,000 strangers. Maybe not that much, but 10,000 strangers. because you're turning and you're using the video to nurture that network. So it's always on focusing on the audience. But when we look at the video strategy, we're looking at multi-purposing content. So I want to help you guys sort of get this content strategy going. All of these things are nothing more than playlists. These are the chapters of our books. So real estate marketing dude videos, real estate video, he's a training series, video marketing for real. These are chapters. So what I'm in the process of personally doing is I'm starting now build out my playlist. These are playlists of videos I put together. I haven't even put together my playlist show yet. And what I'm going to be doing on the playlist show is picking up some key terms that I want to rank for. I'm not going to rank for them right away, but I'm going to start playing the long game with it. So I have to start creating a lot of different content in order to get found. Now, what I've seen in the past 60 days is as I was publishing consistently it was the consistency that led to more engagement on videos and whatnot. So my point is that when we're setting your guys's media plans out, the consistency aspect of this is the most important thing for all aspects. If you watch anything from Brand Summit and got anything out of that, what they say is that if you want your Instagram channel to blow up, you have to be consistent at Instagram. If you want, and that's true for anything. So your YouTube channel isn't always going to be based upon the SEO or optimization or all of that, because you could have the best keywords and do everything right, but still not rank. At the same time, there's other people in real estate industry that are getting videos that rank, but it's only because their channel overall is seen as a bigger authority. Part of that big authority score is based upon engagement. 6 years ago, you could keyword stuff. 5 years ago, I'd say you could keyword stuff, maybe even 3. Keyword stuff means you would just sprinkle the keywords all over the post that you wanted and you'd be easy to rank. As YouTube become more involved, they sort of put an X on that. So your rankings and all of that leads to overall like channel authority, if that makes sense. Some of that is going to be consistency in publishing. Some of that's going to be click-through rate within the first 24 hours, first week. They take all of these metrics and come up with a formula that determines if your channel has authority or not. So my point being is that consistency is one of the ways you get there. It's one of the ways you do it. Anyone who's doing videos, and you see any of these guys, whether it's YouTube agents, whether it's Karen Carr, they're publishing one a week. Okay. The one a week is like that consistency for YouTube. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of people are still ranking, but it's a combination of all of that working simultaneously. Okay. So let's get back into multi-purposing, and I'm going to show you some of the things that we're doing. So YouTube's just going to be one place that we're going to multi-purpose the content. Your website's another place you're going to multi-purpose the content. IG playlists is now out. That's another place you're going to multi-purpose the content. But I want your brain to be trained in the way that you're creating tracks of content. So for those of you who are starting to do like the buyer and seller series because you like the presentations and all that, great. Finish it off though. Don't just do a listing video or a pictures and videos and then don't finish off the rest of the seller series, because I'd rather, if you're going to create the real estate content, I'd rather you finish off the whole series in a row. The reason for that is because of how you're going to multi-purpose it. Okay. How you'd multi-purpose it is going to be, and here's one of the things people don't realize with real estate content. Let me show you some. Everyone has different search that you could rank for in real estate content. Okay. I'm going to show you, and it's different per city. I've been doing a lot of this. Let me show you this. Something I discovered. Wish I would have known this when I was in Chicago. Chicago real estate gets good search, I believe, on YouTube, and there's no one that there's no competition for it whatsoever. Right here, I got 6,500 people that will search this a month, but there's no competition. So technically, okay, I would create a buyer series: Chicago real estate, how to buy a house; Chicago real estate, how to sell a house. I would do that keywords under that, so you could still rank and get a lot of views on your real estate content if you want, although that's not always the case in every market. If I do this in, see what San Diego says, I don't think it has as much search. A little bit, but still no competition. All right. And this is another thing I started to realize over the past couple of weeks. So those of you, when we're creating these tracks, Sherry Mills, I'm going to unmute you. bring you on for a little bit of a coaching session. Sherry Mills is live. Sorry to put you on the spot, dude. Sherry there?
I'm here.
All right. So what Sherry's doing, you guys. Sherry, can I share what we're doing?
Sure.
Sherry's building out. I'm going to show you Sherry's site. It's easy to show this, you know. So Sherry, when did you start building the site? Was it December-ish? January?
Yeah, it became live early January.
Okay. So Sherry, she's got her brand message in here, but where the site's going is that now we're building a seller series on the site. And Bob Friel does this as well. He's on the call. We'll bring Bob on in a second. He's doing this from the mortgage side. But as you're building, when I say we're building out a tract, you're building out a chapter. And Sherry's going to have a section here called sellers or how to sell a house. Now, because she's doing all like 5 or 6 videos of the seller series, what she's going to do is we're going to take that section and make it like a course on her site. So let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to show you what Bob Friel's doing too, so you guys can see these education centers. All right, so check these out. So with Prezi, here's how I plan on building out Sherry's. We're going to take her whole presentation and we're going to make it virtual. And when you click on her website like this thing just takes a second to load. When you click on her website and you click sellers, you're going to go to a page, and the very top of that page is going to be this virtual presentation. And on it, you could sort of click. We're going to put all the videos in here. So it's going to be a virtual walkthrough. So you can use it like as a pre-listing guide and all of that. But my point is I want to get you guys into the habit of how many ways you multi-purpose your content, okay? This is just way one on listing presentations, okay? And I'm talking specifically on real estate content because every type of video will be multi-purpose in different ways. So the first way I'm going to use this is on my site right here. So just as a question, Sherry, when someone clicks on Sherry's site and she's got all of this and there's a video explaining them through every bit of the process, they're like, fuck, she's pretty advanced. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, I'm hoping this helps me get more listings, obviously.
Conversion, part of conversion is perception and positioning, you guys. And when we have all of this content on the site, so she'll have it up here. It's going to replace her listing presentation, but right below, this is going to be like the blog post written long form. So we're going to make it in these little sections that'll look like it's a little course on their website. So that when people come here, when she's multi-purposing your content, like the way I always used real estate content was to convert. If I had somebody that calls me and they're like, hey, for sale by owner, why am I going to try to convert them into a listing? They already defined what they think of real estate agents. But can I attract them? Can I convert them? So when we're talking about using content, you use your content in conjunction with the conversion as a secondary reason. One is perception and positioning. So this is all on my site. The agent that has all of the content on their site, in the eyes of the general public at least, is a lot more referable, way better. They do more work. They just look like they got their shit together than the agent who doesn't. Does that make sense?
Does to me.
Anyone else? So you want to use it in that way. So like as Sherry's having these conversations, it's not so much about using the content to sit on your site, but you guys are the ones dealing with people each and every day. When I had a FSBO, I'd be like, yeah, all right, well here, if you're going to hire, I have something for you actually. If you want to learn how to do my job, essentially, can I at least show you how to do it? I'm not going to charge you anything. I have this whole course on my site. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you to a book. I'm going to give you my whole checklist, a list of property. I'm going to give you all the forms and the docs. This is my seller presentation here, the same articles. Here's a bunch of blog posts. You can go ahead and read about it. Here's another bunch more blog posts. You go ahead and read about it. Here's all the paperwork, by the way, in case you want that. Does this now look confusing as shit?
Sure does.
It's supposed to do that. You want to. I'm demonstrating my worth just by showing my content. So I'm basically saying and demonstrating why the hell people should hire me without even having to open my mouth. I'm doing it through education. So part 2 of repurposing content is using it to convert, because perceptions is everything in the eyes of the public. Like what people think about our brands and how they think we work is the difference between everything else. Right now we have the only reason we still even have a job is for that. We're concierge service now. You don't need to use us. You prefer to do it, but a lot of that comes through how we do things. So now so that's like another thing. That's number 2, just in multi-purposing that content. Now, simultaneously, what we're going to do is we're going to come back over here and let's just see if anything that says Sarasota real estate. Let's just see what I would keyword this, because we haven't done this yet, Sherry. So I'm going to come back over here and look up Sarasota real estate, see if we got anything. See, in Sherry's market, nothing, right? Sarasota, Florida, there it is. The difference a keyword makes. No one searches for this. 2,400 people search for that a month. Cool. Well, how to buy a house in Sarasota, Florida is probably the keywords. Sarasota, Florida, seller real estate. I don't know. But I'm going to go after those exact keywords. Is Siesta Key by you, Sherry?
Yeah, it's usually in the top 3 beaches in the nation.
Boom. So you need to create a video on that.
Yeah.
There's 25,000 people a month who search that, and there's not that many people who create content for it.
Okay.
So, but here's my point is that when Sherry finishes her seller series, we multi-purpose it also on the YouTube channel. Okay. Go into your IGTV apps right now, or your phones. That's also a playlist. IGTV is starting to become the inside scoop is that IGTV, Facebook want to become a search engine, not a social media site. YouTube's a search engine. This is why they're starting to create this content. That's why they started IGTV. Notice that there's no length of time on it now. And it looks just like YouTube. So you got to look at a lot of this stuff from the bird's eye view and start following it so that, and think about all the different places now your brand is represented. For those of you who are on LinkedIn, you could take the blog posts we write and put those on LinkedIn as posts as well. I used to do that a while ago. So you look at every social site essentially is nothing more than just another content place for you to store your content. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
So we want to multi-purpose this in so many different ways, shapes, and forms. Any questions? And when you do it for buyers, it's the exact same thing. Sherry's doing a seller, the selling side, maybe down the road we do the buyer side. But whatever it is, it's you have a buyer course, you have a seller course. Thanks, Sherry, for sharing. I'm going to get Bob Friel on. Bobby, you good to go? I want to see if you could talk. I got Bob on mute. He's there.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Bobby?
Not much. How are you guys?
Good. Does anyone know who Bob Friel is? Let's get this dude on a thing. Do you mind if I share what you're doing?
Sure.
I didn't think you'd mind. So Bob's in Denver. His brand name is Denver Banker Bob. And Bob, I want you to walk everyone through.
That's my URL, but Bob the Banker is kind of my brand.
Bob the Banker, I mean.
Yeah.
So walk us through what you did here.
So basically we converted my homepage into a virtual landing page that somebody can get all of these hot buttons to a specific, like point them to a funnel, right? So if you were to hit verify my eligibility on the top, that sumo bar, start crunching it's all giving away stuff for free. So start crunching numbers, it's a mortgage calculator that somebody can use for free. And then if they hit that big orange button in the top right hand corner, that takes them to a survey where they fill out their form, and get on my calendar if they meet my criteria for my clients. So generally I work with A-paper clients. So my average first half of the year, my average client was 659 credit, 78% loan to value, and made $98,000 a year. So all these hot buttons that you see there, they lead to the same exact funnel, which asks people questions. Are you buying, refinancing, the basics that you would quote unquote pre-qual somebody with. And if they pass through the system, they can get on my calendar. If they do not pass through the system, they cannot talk to me. So the idea,
walk them through. So real quick, let me just give everyone. So what's happening overall is interactive. choices, not it's this way, that way. And this is cool. I like how you redid this. This is the first time I see it, because it's like almost like a choose your own adventure. But you guys, what he's doing is he's segmenting the different needs. So he knows that these are the 3 categories of people that you run into, right? I'm stuck. Yeah. I need education, and you're just talking to them in the right way. Is that it?
Yeah, right. Essentially. So what I'm trying to also do is train all my realtor partners to just, instead of giving my information, just literally send them to my banker page, and it's kind of weeding out, people that are like tire kickers for them. And then on top of that, I don't bog my calendar down with people that are, not qualified or need down payment assistance or whatever the case is. So
tell them how the content part's been like when people are coming through the content and how you're using it. So you really just create the mortgage version of the buying process, no differently than how you guys are doing.
Yeah, so you can scroll up, Mike, if you want to just go to home buyer education. So this is the piece where it's a virtual landing page. So there's my video that we just shot, Mike. And then you can scroll down, takes them to the various modules of the home buying process, the foundation that we created, which is essentially just an embedded YouTube playlist. There's 12 videos there. Then there's the floodgates, which means what you would do, like basically after your, mortgage crap questions are done. And then the floodgates, the home stretch is what happens when you're under contract.
So he took the before. This is for you guys. This is active, pending, closed, pretty much. So this is like pre-offer, pre-buyer. What do you do first? This is for him. How do you prepare to get a mortgage? You just did the same concept. This is how's it looking through the buying process. What happens during the buying process, and then here's what happens under contract. What were the percentages again? How many people go through here and walk us through the numbers?
So good question. I wouldn't have exact numbers, but the idea is I send everybody here however they get to me. I always make sure that they watch the videos, and literally before COVID, I guess is the caveat, right?
Yeah.
Everybody that I did purchases for, which was about 30 transactions in the first couple months of the year, they all watched the videos. They came to the buyer presentation that I do in person, which is going to turn into the automatic presentation. But literally they would have like all their questions ready to go. And all we did was address their questions, shot the breeze, and said, hey, you've already applied. We already have your credit report. We do a quick credit report audit. They get their mortgage calculator that comes with my program. They get HomeBot that they can search through my tools to be analytical on area codes, which I'm sure, or zip codes, which I'm sure you guys have as well through your MLS. But I'm like the one-stop shop. Like I want to be, everything that you get is free. So there is no shopping for rates. There is no, hey, I got my own realtor. I'm like, well, okay, great. What have they taught you about, any of the home buying process? They're like, nothing. Well, I'm like, great. Now you have to talk to one of my realtor partners. It's all it does is just weeds out people that you don't want to waste time on for me. And then it's literally like, they're just following the rules. It's like a conveyor belt system of loans.
Yeah,
basically.
no,
what we're trying.
By the time they come to you, though, they're probably not even asking questions like, is this guy a good loan officer?
Oh, no, yeah, dude. We're talking about like sweet mustache, dude.
Yeah.
One of the guys that we just bought a house with, like we had a mustache running contest during the home buying process. So like that's the type of stuff that we're doing versus like, hey, I can get you 3.25 with no fee. Like nobody cares.
Right. And he did it like you were probably one of the guys. When did you do this? Like you had this logo like a few years ago?
One of my past clients did it for me. Yeah, so I did, she merged, like a caricature that she found or that I had done, and then she kind of blended a couple things, erased a few items. And
look at and again, here's what I want you guys to really focus on: the word experience. Like on the branding side, it's all experience now and how you do it. So this is a really cool way to go do it. But for those of you that are creating real estate content, same thing. If you're going to do the real estate content, we're seeing a lot of success in like creating like almost like a course, an education center, if you will, on your
my suggestion for realtors on the call would be know the basics of mortgage qualifying. And if you put that into your presentation, you can pre-qual people yourself.
Oh, yeah,
so
easily.
Literally, like you could, because oftentimes, the unfortunate thing is most buyers are still coming through the system not being pre-approved. I think would be a fair amount, like a high percentage.
Yeah.
So if you guys could literally take a few questions like, hey, we're going to have to know it before we go on the field, what your basic parameters are. If they're getting financing, you just ask them straight up, what's your credit score?
Yep.
Ask them how much they make. And then you can calculate their DTI for them right there in 5 seconds and know if you have a deal or not before you even pass them off to your lender or whatever. And if you ask somebody that maybe came with a pre-approval, but you've never heard of XYZ online lender, and they say that you did more in questioning just that piece of it, then you know that you can easily pass them off to your real estate or your lending partner. Like controlling the transaction, right, is the key.
Mm-hmm. Very cool, dude. Appreciate you sharing, bro. Yeah, dude, you guys, this is like a mortgage broker, dude. It doesn't really matter what business you're in, but he's taking like the whole education-based approach. So let me show you a couple other things, because I get a lot of questions. Like everyone's like, why should I do real estate? How should I do that? I only think you, here, let me show you. I'll share what I did. I wrote about every article. That's how we have all this content. Did I need to? No, I think it's a big waste of time, to be honest with you. I think that if you're going to do real estate content, you need like your buyer presentation, your listing presentation, like that content you would cover there. That's pretty much about it. When we were creating a lot of these, we were going straight content marketing. So we were talking about real estate and doing it on video. So back then it was actually sort of cool because it was different, but I could understand how it could be a little boring nowadays. But now let me show you what, when you have, when you start going onto your site. So like Sherry has, in your case, Sherry, you have this whole other brand of Live to Give because she's got this whole Live to Give program. So the more, as she markets the Live to Give program, what's going to happen is that people are going to start, holy crap, she's a damn good realtor too, because people are coming here for another reason other than just, and the more she creates content around, the more buzz there is. So my point is that on your sites, you guys, the content has to be multi-purposed on them. And which I don't think anyone needs IDX on site anymore, but that's just my personal opinion. Anyone have any questions on that? You guys want to talk more further about this? Not all at once.
I do have a question, Mike. So is the Prezi presentation basically is just embedded in somebody's web page, right?
Yeah. So let me show you that. Here's what we're doing with Bob. We're building a mortgage version of this with Bob, and we're going to bring it out to like the mortgage industry because Bob has all these like scripts. But yeah, what this is right here. So you could take this is just code, and it's no different like putting like a Facebook pixel on your site. You do the same thing. You just put this code on the site, and then this will actually display on the top of it, just like that. And then this is going to be like the video version of it. And then below it will be like for the written version, which will just be a little bit more in detail. They'll each lead to different blog posts that we write. So we're creating written content as well as visual, as well as interactive. Let me show you something that you guys are going to freak out about. So last weekend I went down the rabbit hole and I bought a new product that kept following me all over Facebook. And I was so glad I did. This is what the future is. And this is why we're getting into the interactive. I think the future, everything is going to be interactive in video. So here's another version of interactive. I'm doing the first one now. So I'm making an interactive video right here in the video, but watch what happens. Oops, let me start. You won't be able to hear this. Interactive videos here.
Video marketing easy. How easy?
Which would you like to do first? Training or services? You go to training.
This ever happened?
Oh my God, Auntie bought a house. Wait, what?
See, it's not Andy's job to remember that she's in real estate. It's her job to remind Andy.
One of the absolute worst things that can happen to you in your real estate business is when a friend, family member, or even past client used another agent because they forgot you were in real estate. But it's not their job to remember what it is that you do for a living. It's your job to absolutely remind them. Hi, I'm Mike Cuevas.
So now it says, what do you need help with? Scripting and editing. I need help with branding. I need help with online presentations. These are just our products. So if they go here, it goes to
Hi,
a sales
my name's
video.
Mike. I'm a real estate agent, and I wanted to build my
This goes to a demo. So it's actually, software actually exists now that you can create interactive videos. How cool is that? That's what I'm building my whole site with now. It's going to be like, welcome to this page. Would you like to go here, 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 so people can interact? And the statistics on these, from what I'm seeing, are like crazy. I don't have the traffic myself from other people I know doing it. So it's super duper duper cool. So imagine having like, hi, I'm Sherry. Hi, I'm Sherry. I don't know. What do you want to do? Are you looking to sell? Click which one here. Click which one here. Then the options pop up. That alone is closing. That's a conversion. People see that. It's like, oh, this guy's got his shit together. Everything is about, at least in our business, you guys in real estate business, is all about positioning, especially right now because we are a commodity. So we have to have the best level of experience. We have to have the best visual imagery. We have to have the best brand. We have to have the best experience. That's all we have. These are available now. I just got them going. Sherry, does this trailer video is a regular video? They're all the same. Schedule a shot sequence with me the day before the trailer shoot, and then yeah, you could do the trailer video, and that'll be your Live to Give intro. I'm toying. So here's what I'm gonna do with these, you guys. I'm gonna toy around with this thing here, and I shot the my transition videos. So once I should have them edited this week. I'm gonna be reaching out to the guy that created the software. Let me show you some stuff. This is cool. Is this cool? Do you guys want to learn more about this? Val. All right, Val. Val, if you put this on your site, Val, okay. So let me go through it. And here's what I'm planning on doing. Again, you guys, this is our job for you guys, is to always stay ahead of this stuff and just bring you like the top best stuff. So make sure you come on to these calls. This is the type of stuff we cover. Where the hell is it? Let me show you something. So I'm going to be reaching out to the guy who started this company, and I want to know, like, I'm going to have them help us create like the best version of the scripts, because this guy has tested and done this. So I just want their like templates essentially. But here's what's really cool. All right, new project. This is the software that you could build the interactive video on. It's called Interact Trap. And look at all of this. So I got the agency license. So I have pretty much the scripts, but I have a real estate agent. One that I'm going to copy and just make really interactive. So let's see how they did it.
Hey there. We love helping people in the local area
This is cheesy,
beautiful homes to either buy or rent. So let us know what you're in the market for. Are you looking to buy a home, or are you looking to rent?
So dope. Email, squeeze, skip.
Great. We love helping people to search and find the perfect home to rent that meets all your needs and in the best locations around. So let us start helping you today. Enter your email now, and we'll be in contact with you shortly to help you on your way to getting the keys to your new home.
That's cheesy, but you get an idea off of what you can do with this. Yeah, Neil, this has to be, I wish you could put it on, so here's what you can do. You could do it like this. You could share the link, and it's very similar to like, I'll show you. And you could share the link on social, but you can't actually upload it organically. It's going to come to a page like this. And then this is like its own landing page. So they do have a link that you can send, and then you could build your squeeze page, if you will, inside of here. Those of you who are doing like relocations, I think something like this is it's got to be interactive. So you got to have an offer ready or planned. Yeah, it can be added to your website, Joe. This is the same concept, the same way that you would put the presentation on your site is the same way you put that. It's just code. The same way I put a video on the site. It's just the embed code on the back end. So yeah, you got to put it on your site. That's the main lander. So I think it's really cool. It just really creates a universal landing video offer. Cool. Any other questions on that? Just looking through the notes. Yeah, so I'll let you know what we find out with this kind of stuff. Obviously, we're always retesting, rescheduling different stuff. What other concepts do you guys want to cover? We got the last 10, 15 minutes here. I want to open up the floor to make sure we have questions going. Remember, you guys, the country is opening up. This stuff's back. Get out ahead of it. Right now is when you just beat everyone over the head with attention and content. Keep going. A lot of you guys doubled down on content. I'm proud of you. I'd like to know who's doubled down on this call and what happened. I bet you Melissa Terzic has been doubling down the entire time. Melissa, you're live.
Oh God, I'm like in the hot seat.
Oh yeah.
Ben, I've done your living in scripts. I think.
You've been doing a lot though during the quarantine.
Oh yeah. I wrote a relocation guide. Hannah and I got that finalized. So hopefully we're going to potentially use that for like a lead magnet on YouTube if we get to that point, but we have it written, so it's done.
What have you seen happening with the videos you're creating? 'Cause you're getting a lot of attention. You're getting a lot of comments because you were doing off the wall stuff. Yeah,
I know. You mean you think a Brazilian wax is off the wall stuff? I don't know what you're talking about.
Melissa did a Brazilian wax business owner interview. It was really funny. So tell us what's happening. Generating business in the quarantine time.
I mean, since quarantine started, I've gotten 5 referrals from other past clients or Sphere. I don't know if I can track it to videos or not, but indirectly, I think you can, because it just puts you in front of people more. And then they see that you're out there, and they realize that you're out there.
Yep.
So, I mean, I went to a restaurant that I know them and like them a lot. And I bought a bunch of gift cards for $50 each and just did like a giveaway of those, I mean, sometimes you have to spend money to make money, but
let me ask you guys, let's mastermind a little bit. Who here is going to be planning a client event right now? You're going to kill your deal at one of the restaurants that really need to drive people in there. You guys should have a Corona comeback party. Like that's going to, everyone, like I would attend, like Melissa, if I could, I would probably go across the country just to attend your party because I'm so damn bored of sitting inside. So if right now we know that people are just like itching out, some of the people we're rebranding right now, we're planning this, where it's almost like a moving client party because she's getting everything planned right now. Because once this shit ends, dude, trust me, guys, this has never happened before. People have been holed up in their house. You want to get out there. Like statistically, home sales haven't dropped like in a lot of areas. Some listings have come down, but dude, there's a lot of business still happening. I think people are gonna come running out, which means this is the best time you could ever have a client party because everyone's looking for something to do. And more importantly, the space is going to be so damn cheap. These restaurants have been closed for 5 fucking weeks, 6 weeks, 7, 8 weeks. So take advantage of that. It's a win-win for both people. I think Sherry Mills, you got to be all over that with your foundations. Get the businesses, sponsor it out. Don't spend $1 on it. People will spend up for you. That's someone should have a client party. Who's going to do it?
Hannah,
Hannah, I'm talking to you. Rich Maston, you're being branded right now. I'm talking to you. What were we going to say?
Hannah and I are sitting in the same room. We are not quarantining from each other. We can't stay away.
Hannah, you guys are in the same room?
Yeah, I went to Hannah.
Hannah, tell us what you guys are doing for the client party. Give us some ideas.
So I think we'll probably just do a client party, invite past clients, good referral partners, some close friends. It'll be like a cool hip vibe. Melissa and I haven't really like planned out exactly what it's going to look like yet, but I know some of the ideas that like you and I had talked about were like maybe having some like, to-go doggy bags of like dog treats for people to take with if they have pets, or human treats if they don't, or some kind of cute little thing that they could go with. And then maybe like we could do potentially like a fundraiser for the rescues. Probably not for the Corona party, but for other people.
Why don't you guys have a party called Rescue Me? Rescue me out of my house plus rescue dogs. We could have a really fun theme with that right now and start marketing it now. Rescue Me is great for what your mission. It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
And I know you guys were going to do the buddy brunch. Do that one next. Do the Rescue Me first, because you guys are both rescuers. They rescue dogs, you guys, both of them. For those who don't know, Melissa and Hannah, they both work in DC. They're good friends. They work at separate offices, but they both, Hannah's
same office.
Same office.
Same office. I mean, different brands. They don't work together. Different rescues, though. Melissa or Hannah loves Dobermans, and then you have corgis, right, Melissa?
Yep.
So they both have rescues where they donate, so they tie in the dog rescue to it. Rescue Me is awesome. That actually might be a better. We are going to come up with another theme for him called Buddy Brunch, which is dog related. That's fun too. But this is cool. Do it. I want to see the video of it, and there should definitely be a video invitation for it.
Okay.
We can do that.
You should do it, Melissa, with like your hair all over, but look like you just came out of like a. Let's just look like get the scene where he looks like you literally just came out of a strip club that you were stuck inside of for 3 years. All right, thank you guys for sharing. Who else wants to come on real quick and share something? And if not, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing ready to rock and close. Valerie, you're ready to. Chris is gonna come by and shoot for you. We'll be in touch this afternoon. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Going once, going twice. Anybody else got anything else they want to cover? If not, we're gonna get this thing wrapped up. I wanted to really just cover content repurposing, trailer videos, show you guys some of the interactive stuff. Yeah.
Hey, Adam's doing my website. Oh, wow. Don't get my own picture. And since I got all new branding, new everything while I'm in quarantine, I want to do almost like a coming out, but a whole brand new everything. Check out the new website, the new videos, everything you and I have been working on. Just when everything is done, you'd like to release some big push and have a client appreciation party all at once. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you could. I think it should magically appear, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I do.
I think you should have a magic. Joseph's a magician, guys. Like literally, he like does magic tricks. Like that's what he does. So he's got a fun way to market his brand. He's in the Bay Area. I think that's exactly what you should be doing. But here's what I mean, though. Like you guys have to have a rolling target. Meaning that you have to start reaching out to the restaurants now, because whoever has the client event within 60 days or 30 days of the time that we can actually get back outside, that's who's going to win. Because planning these takes a month. So start planning right now, have a rolling target, lock in really cheap space, fully sponsored out with your service providers and your lenders and other people, maybe even in your office. Don't pay for a thing. You don't need to right now. And okay. I would just start setting it up now, because everybody's going to be itching to go out, just socialize. This has never happened before, dude. Like we're like caged animals right now. So you got to take advantage of that. And that's what I doubled my ad spend. I just doubled it again yesterday, and it's working. So don't do the exact same thing, you guys. Right now is an opportune time.
Yeah, just kind of curious if I should do a full dinner type of thing, or just plan on doing like a show with hors d'oeuvres type of thing.
I would do the show as like the entertainment, do a 15-minute show, and I would not tell anyone what's for dinner. It's a surprise.
Okay.
Everything should be a surprise. That's the part of the lure of it.
There you go. Yeah, I can do a 45-minute show if I really want to do a full-blown show. I have so many different ideas.
Well, bring them, and we'll talk about that one this week.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, good call. I don't think I see anybody else. I'm going to leave it for one more second. If you guys have anything, go ahead and raise your hand. Questions? What are you stuck with?
A quick thank you.
Everyone looks good. All right, I will put this back in our members area if anyone wants to replay. Appreciate you guys. Keep going. Keep creating the content, folks. Big opportunity, and everyone's coming back. I'm talking to you guys all over the country, so it's cool to see all different states opening and all of that. But regardless, it looks like everybody's opening. It looks like it's going to be happening this month. So we'll be back to normal 100%. But by all means, it's not going to stop you from creating content. It's not going to stop people from buying houses. So get out there. Do it. No one's going to do it for you. Peace.